A major development today in the R25-million Nulane Investments criminal trial over the Gupta leaks has led to an impasse. So today, the state was set to call a witness to testify on the contents of a hard drive with a glut of data from the Sahara Computers server. Erin Bates is outside the courts and she's standing by to give us an update. So a wobbly start for the week in this criminal proceeding. What happened?
So, Dudu, first off, we had a witness from Deloitte, Robert Bolt, who is internal legal advisor at that firm. He gave some evidence on documents which were gathered in connection with Deloitte's dealings with Nulane Investments over that high-level feasibility report on Mohuma Mobung benches in the Free State province. That's the report which the state argues Deloitte was paid 1.5 million rand. Indeed, it was paid 1.5 million rand for it. And then Nulane Investments charged the Free State government some 24.9 million rand for a version of that document with, depending on whose argument you take, great or few changes. But it was after that that we started to really hit the skids in this case for the day. The state called a witness set to testify on the Gupta-linked hard drive and the contents of it, which was gleaned from the Sahara Computers server. And we actually had that witness, Wasima Harrison, sworn in, at which point Advocate Mike Helen, Senior Counsel for Veronica Raghavan of Oak Bay Investments, a key company in the Gupta business matrix, complaining and objecting to any proceeding with Harrison's evidence over whether or not the Gupta-linked evidence could in fact be admitted in this criminal trial. And that's where we heard that we would need to have a trial within a trial to work out whether or not those Gupta-leaks were lawfully obtained, and if they weren't, if it would be in the interests of justice to admit them in this case.
Well, the ramifications of this clash over those leaks are quite big. Why? You're
so right, Dudu, and this is where we start to see the sort of bigger picture in terms of this ongoing criminal trial in a state capture matter brought by the Investigative Directorate of the National Prosecuting Authority. Remember, there was a lot of evidence about the Gupta-linked hard drive, clones of it, clones of those clones during the Zondo Commission, and the Commission actually spent a fair amount of effort, energy and expense in verifying the Gupta-linked hard drive at best it could, also going into the details of how it was moved out of South Africa and into safe custody in other jurisdictions. But that was a commission of inquiry. This is a criminal trial in a court of law, and there are rules around evidence. And so what needs to be established is whether or not this was lawfully obtained, this Gupta hard drive. If it wasn't, if it's in the interests of justice in admitting it for evidence in these proceedings, if that goes sour for the state, it could put into jeopardy other state capture matters. For example, matters including former seniors at Eskom, the likes of Siyabonga Gama and Brian Molefe, for instance, other matters that draw on the contents of the Gupta leaks and from the data in that hard drive, which itself was actually corrupted. That was a snag that the Zondo Commission hit when it dealt with this evidence. We had arguments from Advocate Mike Helen, Senior Counsel there on behalf of the Guptas, trying to rubbish the Gupta-linked hard drive and their contexts. But here, in this criminal court context, we may well see the same thing in time to come.
Afford for now, at least. Erin Bates, thank you very much for that detail.